Welcome back again. Last time I spoke to you about Daniel. He purposed in his heart not to drink king's wine and eat king's food. Now, king's food is very interesting. This is talking about our appetites. It's king's table, king's banquet is set up in such a way that it's not a simple breakfast or lunch or dinner, but it's a state function when a king is coming to have his meal. And there are people who love to be sitting at the king's table, to eat everything that is in that place. Some time ago, I was reading this particular verse, and the Lord told me, you need to take control of your appetite. You need to rule that appetite. There are appetites for so many things. This is talking about addictions. This is talking about habits. This is talking about doing things that we have no control over ourselves. When we do not have control over ourselves, we fall easily into temptations, and we run after things that we think we need when we do not really need those things. There are many of us who are trying to achieve, or we've set goals and we're trying to achieve those goals, but those goals are not originally according to our makeup, but because we've envied someone else. We've coveted what others have. And so we try to become like them, and we want to have what they have. And in the process, we begin to do things. We behave in a way that is unruly. We behave in a way that is corrupt. We behave in a way that is not right. But if you discover your origin and your identity, who you are and what you are, you will not run after what others have, and you will not try to be like others, but you will try to develop yourself. You would like to grow yourself and become better in who you are and what you have and what you're able to do. Daniel took control of his appetite. On the king's food, we see gluttony. We talk about greed. When we have uncontrolled appetite, greed takes over. And when greed takes over, we forget who's around, we forget who is in need, and we forget who we represent. And we run for the very things we think we need, but we do not even need them. But we are running after these things, and in the process, we're stepping on somebody's toe. In the process, we're bribing our way through, and somebody else is being pushed out of the way. Somebody else is being forcefully disqualified. Somebody else is forfeited of their destiny because greed takes control of some of our people. But I'm speaking to you who's watching this, who is capable of becoming a great leader, who is capable of becoming a better manager, who is capable of becoming a better influencer. You don't have to be like everybody else. But when you take charge of your life, this is what we need right now. We see a lot of good people, good men, great men and women who take such influential positions. We see a lot of good men go into politics, and it is a world of its own that many of us hear of. Many of us have some glimpse into what that world is like, and many of us wonder why such a good person goes into that place and becomes ineffective. And that's because we've seen them physically, externally. We know them, as they say, do not judge a book by its cover. We see a person externally, but the question is, does he or she rule his mind, rule his body, rule his spirit? Because whatever happens outside is a reflection of what we are internally. Rule your life. Take charge of yourself. Some of us are struggling to manage finance even in our homes. That, in these tough times that we're going through, economic crisis, prices are going skyrocketing, there's new taxes imposed, businesses and companies are struggling. It doesn't matter how big the companies are, they are struggling. They are faced with the challenge to pay some huge taxes. All of this is happening. This is the reality that is happening around us. But if we can learn to rule ourselves, we will not be troubled by what's going on around us. We will be fulfilled. We will be satisfied with what we have. You know why? Because we're not depending on what others would give to us, but we become creative. We become innovative. We become pioneers, and we are able to chart a new course. We begin to find and discover that there is always a way, even when there seems to be no way. Always remember, there is always a way.